Hi folks, this is just a little update vlog. I'll see you in a second. Well, I've not done a video for about 4 or 5 days now. I've had a bit of a fluey, sore throaty, head chesty type thing at the moment, so I catch all my colds and stuff like this off the little toddlers, like the grandchildren. I suppose it's to be expected, really. But as I say, I've had it about 4 days now, and I still feel a bit rough. So I thought I'd just give you an update vid as to what's gone on and what's going to be happening over the next week or so when I get rid of this flu or virus or whatever it is. So first of all, I've got the Triumph head back. Let me just show you this close up. It's turned out okay. They've skimmed it now, and it's still got a few little patches in it, but I think it will be okay. So let me just show you that. Right, well there's the head now, as you can see, and it's been skimmed. It's been skimmed to its the most it can have off of it, basically. And there's still a little piece of a pitting right there, but I think that's going to be okay. That won't be to do with any of the rings going around, the metal sealing rings around there. So that's going to be okay. And also this water jacket here, as you can see where the corrosion has opened it up slightly. It should have been sort of like that, or like that one, I suppose you could say. But corrosion's obviously eating it away. I think it's going to be okay. As I say, I don't think it's going to interfere with the metal sealing ring anyway. But if I was going to do anything about this, what that would involve would be putting some weld on there, like aluminium welding there and possibly there, and then having it machined flat again. There's also one slight pitting there, but as you can see, in general, the head is all nice and flat now. It's been skimmed and it's ready for its refit, so I've got to still do that. And I've also been thinking about what to do in the garden next year. Now, for the crops that I've had, I've done pretty well. This is my second year of the gardening now. One of the biggest things that we've got a problem with is like the slugs and stuff like that. Even in the raised bed, as you know, that's totally enclosed. We've been using the cabbages and stuff, and there's just so many slugs and snails in there, little tiny snails and stuff. And I don't really know how to deal with that, to be honest with you. And I've not really had much joy growing the brassicas and that. I've had the Brussels sprouts in since I think it was last March or April this year, and they should be really at the time of eating now, I suppose. But they're looking pretty sorry for themselves, and I just don't think that I've got, or I can dedicate enough time to growing this sort of stuff. So I may ease off of the gardening this year coming up, the next year, and I may turn the polytunnel at the moment. I'm still possibly going to be growing tomatoes. I may do them, I don't know yet, whether I'm going to plant them in the raised bed outside. I'm not too sure yet. But I was thinking about putting all my spare lawnmowers, rather than having up on the deck in here, was basically to put them in the polytunnel and keep them under cover, because they've been out for the last sort of couple of years. And being out in the rain and snow and that, and it's just not very good for them at all. And you know, they're going to get more and more rusty. At least they've got some sort of protection if they're in there. So that way I'm going to clear the deck, so to speak, and this will be a tidy area up here. So, and also I've still had people ask me what am I doing with a hydrographic setup. The hydrographic setup, I still haven't touched it since the last video, which was early on in the year, obviously, because I've still got to run the cold water feed pipe from here into the house, and I've just not had the time to do that. So that's still waiting. I've also got the TGB moped to put back together. As you know, I bought a new top end kit for that. We've got a new crankshaft and stuff like that, and that's got to be reassembled and put back together. We've also got the Piaggio moped as well, which is another one which again is waiting to be repainted. That was a runner, but that's a repaint job and a refurb. And again, it's just finding the time to fit that in. We've got the Triumph Acclaim still, as you know, which is coming hopefully to an end now. I've still got the transit work to finish off. That's the external body work on the transit, and also the underside as well. And don't forget, I want to actually turn that into some sort of camper van as well, possibly. So that's another little project which I've got going there. And I've also got the two Reliant vehicles, the three-wheelers, which they're going to be turned into Only Fools and Horses trotter vans. One of them is a Reliant Robin, as you know. That'll be the first one I'll tackle. That's not the original trotter Reliant, because it's a Reliant Regal, that one. I've actually got one of them undercover as well, and that will get the treatment as well. But once I finish the Triumph Acclaim, I think what I'm going to do then is to pull the Reliant Robin under and start taking that down to the chassis, because that involves lifting the body off. So I'm going to be trying to get on with that one in the new year, early on in the new year, once I get the Triumph Acclaim engine back together and put the rest of the panels on and finish spraying the bonnet and the boot for the Triumph Acclaim, putting the doors on properly, fitting all the trim, and then basically putting new wheels on, bleeding the brakes, doing the CV joint at the front, and there's not really much more to do to that then, so that's virtually finished. So not decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I might keep it yet, I'm not too sure. Because I think there's not many of them about, and although it's not a popular classic, it should be an appreciating classic, being Triumph it is Triumph's last vehicle, and that was when they went into their foray with Honda, because it's a Honda engined a Honda engined Triumph. So as I say, British Leyland made Triumph originally, and as I say, it's just a conglomeration. I didn't know this. I was under the impression, I might be wrong here, you can correct me if I'm right, Triumph originated as a German make. Now, have a check on the internet about that. I'm not too sure. I think I've heard it somewhere that Triumph used to be German. So there you go. I didn't know that. Just something I think I've heard, and it's ringing in the back of my mind. So yeah, quite a lot of little projects to do. I've got my chainsaw here. I had a couple of trees down, which I mentioned in one of my summer videos. Might have been around April time, something like that. March or April, that I had some trees to be cut down, but they've actually come down and cut the trees down now. So I've got all the logs and all that, so they've all got to be chopped up. But I've got a problem with my chainsaw, which I'm going to have to tackle right now, because I've got all the logs in the back of the van at the moment, and that is my chainsaw needs a new chain, and also needs new pipes for the oil feeds, because the pipes are broken, and when you fill the oil tank up, for the chain oil that is, the oil just leaks out all over the place, so it's not actually feeding to the chain. So I'm just going to play about with that now, get the chain off, check on the oil pipes and find out where they're leaking from, and actually repair them. So I'm going to do that now. Right, so this is my steel chainsaw, and what one is it? It's an MS170, and what I need to do is to remove the chain so that I can get a new one and put a new one on. So first of all, let's get a socket on there. Alright, so first of all, let's take this 19mm sockets off of here. I haven't run this for, well, since last year, I don't think, so, but it's normally pretty reliable, this thing. I've had no problems with it whatsoever. As I say, I've had it a few years now, and what tends to happen is these hoses do tend to perish. But I've bought a new length of hose for the oil feed, and I think it's the same as the carb oil feed as well, the carb feed, petrol feed. So let's just lift it up there like that. Put them down there, lift that cover off. And that then, as you can see, reveals the actual gear there, which turns the blade. So I'm just going to lift this out now. And there we go, it's that simple. Now, this is running okay, it's running pretty smooth. Sometimes you need to replace these blades as well, so, but this one's in good order, so I'm not going to do anything about that. Right, so I've got the chain off, and put that to one side. Let me just have a little look around it. I think I'm going to have to strip it down a bit, get the outer casing off to replace the chain oil on it. That's the fuel, that's the chain oil filler there anyway, so I will have to undo some bits on the side here to get to that oil tank, so I'll do that when I get back. So anyway, I'm going to go down and get a new chain for this now and refit that, and then I'm going to saw up some logs. So I thought I'd just do this little update for you, just to let you know that although I haven't put out a vid, it's because I've not been well, and I'm still about, and I'm still doing stuff. I'm not still doing stuff, this is the first thing I've actually done. I should have had that Triumph head done about a week ago, as I say, but I've had this and I've not really felt like doing anything. So we'll be going out tonight. It's a Christmas market in our little village in Woodall Spa, so we're going to be going down to that tonight. And in about a week and a half's time, it's also my birthday. I'll be 52 years old. Anyway, until the next video, I'm going to leave it here for now, as I say, because you don't want to see me cutting wood or putting this back together. Till the next time, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.